has two sides, which are known as hemispheres. Left brain, mathematics. Math, for example, requires logical thought, and thus is generally said to reside in the left brain, far away from all those artsy right brain abilities. But mathematics is a profoundly creative endeavor in addition to being a logical one. Small numbers are processed in the right side of the brain, while large numbers are processed in the left side of the brain, in the new research suggests. Linear thinking. Linear thinking is an analytic, methodic, rational, and logical thinking style. A linear process moves forward like a line with a starting point and ending point. Our brain often wants to make simple straight connections in sequential order. In many situations, this style of thinking benefits us, especially if we need to deliver accurate information succinctly. This is an example of a linear thinkers use their left brain to solve their problems. Linear thinkers use information they have learned from one situation to apply it to another situation in order to solve problems. They use consistency rules, formulas, or patterns to make decisions in life. The biggest advantage of linear thinker is ability to think logically and sequentially. However, while linear thinker is very good at left brain activity, someone who thinks linearly may be lack in art and language. Language. Language is a structured system of communication. Method of communication involve the use of particularly human language, even though many language functions rely on an intact left hemisphere. Studying foreign language. As Broca and Wernick noted, the right hemisphere certainly participates in verbal communication, while the right side is much better at deciphering prosody and accentuation. The left side is the home of the grammar police and dictionary. The left hemisphere is known as the language learning part of the brain. The left hemisphere is undoubtedly important in language learning. Here, we can see that the student is trying to learn foreign language, which are Japanese, by using the left side of her brain. This has indicated that the left side of the brain is the hub of language processing. Sign language. Our brain can also learn other languages, which can be a sign language, which are actually important to communicate with people who are quite incapable due to certain issues as deaf and mute.
So now for the right brain. Firstly, imagination. Imagination is the ability to produce and simulate novel objects, sensations, and ideas in the mind without any immediate input of the sense. It is also described as the forming of experiences in one mind, which can be recreations of past experiences, such as vivid memories with imagined changes, or they also can be completely invented and possibly fantastic scenes. Then, real-life events help from imaginations. People with strong imaginations come up with ideas others might not think of it. And lastly, reading is a great way to strengthen your imaginations. Okay, the second is creative. Read and listen. Read about and listen to the creative ideas of others. You also might discover the seed of an idea you can grow with or set your own imaginations. Like this boy, is studying the subject. At the same time, he read and listen. So next is keep it fresh. Keep it fresh, break your set patterns and go outside your comfort zones. Take a trip to a place you have never been before. Immerse yourself in another culture. And take a course in a subject you haven't studied before this, like doing a mind mapping before entering the classes. And lastly, try something new. Take up a creativity hobby such as playing instrument, drawing or storytelling. And lastly, emotional. Emotional literalization is the asymmetrical representation of emotional control and processing in the brain. There is evidence for the literalization of other brain functions as well. Emotions also are complex and involve a variety of physical and cognitive responses, many of which are not well understood. But general purpose of emotion is to produce a specific response to a stimulus. Feelings are the conscious perception of emotion, and when an emotion occurs frequently or continuously, it is called as a mood. Like this guy is sad after watching a Korean movie. That's all from me.
Like a bullet in my chest, you're written, bound and etched forever in my mind. We are fading in our heads, lost somewhere in wasteland, not knowing up from down. But when the walls